Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Debbie, Jamie, Gerald, Pat, Joan. Hope you guys can hear me. I had to do some resetting. Hi. You'll get to see me today. Please don't pay attention to my messy room and my messy hair. So let's see. There we go. Let me get my chat back. There we go. Hi, Pat. Yay. Yeah, I removed all the Facebook and all that. It was bogging things down. It wasn't working like I wanted it to. So I don't have time this week, but next week I'm going to sit down and see if I can't get that dual cast working. And if I can, we'll try it out. If it works, then we'll go with it. But if it bogs it down too much, I'm just going to skip it, because I had rather you guys get a good stream and everything be good here on Facebook than I had tried to stream to 3 or 4 channel outlets and it be blah. So I removed all of the goodies. Hey, Carolyn. So, how is everybody doing this week? I hope everybody's good. I do like YouTube better myself as well. I do like to go, I think what I'm going to do, and you guys let me know if this seems like a good idea to you, if you like it or you don't. When somebody's having an issue, I may go live in Facebook to show them a screen share on YouTube, on Facebook, so that they can see everything going on and how to fix their problem, and doing everything else on YouTube. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, to me it seems to be better on YouTube. I get constant green, everything seems, I don't have hardly any lag. Now when I did the simulcast on there, it had about a 30-second lag, and I don't have that without it. So that had to be the issue with that one. I think that would be the way to go. Instead of doing recordings that bog down my computer and all my files, I'm just going to go and do a screen share and help those on YouTube Live doing a screen share, and do everything else here on YouTube. Hey, Baskets. Right, I think so too, Pat, and it will be in the specified group that it needs to be in. Okay, so let me play the intro, guys, and we'll go ahead and get started on this week's project, because we got a couple things to cover, and I forgot to pull up Marion's photo as well, so let me be doing that while we play the intro. And I'm back again. Marion had a project, and I'm looking for the photo. I know I saved it. There it is. She had a project and she used some VLR. Well, you guys know a couple weeks ago I had a fail with the Mosaics because I followed some instructions that were on cricut.com, and they are not entirely wrong, but they're not entirely correct. So we're going to go over that tonight and do a do-over on that iron-on, and hopefully we can get a good iron-on out of it so that you guys can see. I rang my good luck bell to ward off all the evil spirits on my iron-on for my Mosaic. But let me come over here and show you what I'm talking about with VLR. In case some of you don't know, VLR, let me just show you. And I'll show you too, because it's going to be backwards, maybe not on there. VLR is a solvent that will remove your iron-on adhesive. And we're going to show you and go over a couple of things that they do. Let's get over to, maybe it isn't backwards for you guys. Let's come over here, and you can see, hopefully, on this photo, I don't want to mock it up here. Let's see if it'll let me undo that. And don't pay attention to my little square right there. Right down here, this is where Marion had removed her iron-on using VLR. I hope that it shows for you guys. And it left the residue. And what this is the adhesive. She removed the plastic that binds to that adhesive, that binds to the shirt. But this residue was left, and she laundered it and everything else. Well, I did the same thing that she did. I followed the directions on the can, and I don't know if you could see it, but anyway, just in case you couldn't see it, I used the VLR, and you guys got a glare there. Is that better? And I followed the instructions on the can anyway. Almost, and then I changed up and went in my own direction. But here's the fail that we had where it wouldn't peel right. It wasn't a total fail, but till I got up here and I lost some of my dots. And we figured out why, so I'm going to show you guys. If you'll remember, some of you who joined me, if you didn't, you can find it on the fail video. I didn't take it down because I don't take down my fails so that you guys can see how to fix them. So it's still there. You can see what happened and it failed. This is where I removed the VLR, the red bow, the big red mini bow. And I did it according to the can. And I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can get some light on there. There's a little bit of residue on this side, but there's none on this side that I can see. I had not laundered it. I just rinsed it and took it off. But right here is, I didn't rub hard enough on the, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it right here to get it off. Now you're removing this with the assumption you're just going to fix a letter and you're going to put something else down over it. Number one. Number two, it's going to show more on a black shirt than it does a lighter color shirt, that residue. So, and I think you can see it there slightly, right there, because I left that, and you can see it's gone over here. But I'm going to show you how I got it off of there. And I'm going to do it with this, because this was my test area after. Because I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch it. Because Mosaic is going to be more difficult to remove than a letter. So I'm going to do it slightly different than what the can tells you. But when you go and you do this, what I did here is I followed the can instructions and I removed it, and I took my rag with the VLR on it and I rubbed it and got it off, and it left a residue after it dried. I went back and I squirted it again with the VLR, and I let it sit for a couple of minutes. Then I took my rag with the VLR on it and I rubbed it really, 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 really good, and it came off. So like I said, it's with the, you're using this with the assumption that you're going to, you got it off just slightly, and you're going to be putting that iron-on transfer back over in that same spot. So most of the time, this little bit of residue is not going to be an issue. Now, if you're going to change your, if I were going to take this off and change my whole design, that could be an issue on a black shirt. Okay, If I'm putting the same design back down, it's probably not going to show, and it's not going to matter if you leave a tiny bit of the residue. Okay? So just so that you guys see, yeah, Pat, I'm glad you mentioned that. That cup that Sue did, the school cup, back to school cup, is awesome. It is a awesome, awesome cup. She did such a good job on that. I was totally impressed. So, not so that you guys don't have to sit and watch this whole thing, because I'm going to tell you, removing the mosaics, that is a little bit of a pain. The VLR bottle tells you to turn your garment inside out and apply the VLR to the back. However, I did that and it didn't work so well for me. You'll want to use a cookie sheet to pan something. This is the way that I did it, and it worked a whole lot better for me, especially with the mosaics. You don't want to put any plastic in there because this is a solvent. And what do solvents do? They break it down. They basically melt it. So if you put plastic under here, you're going to melt like cling wrap, things like that. That stuff right there will dissolve it. So don't do that. I'm hoping it doesn't dissolve this glove. I didn't use gloves yesterday, but I'm going to today because I want to rub it really good. The other thing you're going to need is some kind of a scraper, and I just use my Cricut scraper. But this stuff is awesome, guys. It works really, really, really good. Yeah, it's harder to remove because it tells you to pick them off like you're going to pick the letter off. But who's going to sit here and pick each and every one of these dots, especially that big Mickey head I have? Not me. I'm going to do it this way. Because I am going to reuse this shirt, but I'm just going to squirt this right on the top. Because I got that pan under it, it's going to saturate underneath. So I'm not worried about going from behind like it states on the can. And I'm going to let it sit for a minute. I'm going to start stretching my shirt. Okay? And if it were a letter, then you could use your tweezers and come in here and look. Just pick that right off. See how I just picked that? That's how quick it works, how easy it came off. To me, this was easier. And this is real time, guys. Look how easy they came off. Super, 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 super easy. And it's, I don't know if it's gunk that's on, I think it's the adhesive on the back of the dots that I'm scraping up that's causing it to stick to this, but I can clean my scraper off later. So once I have that off, now I'm good to go and wet down. I'm going to get the part where I didn't stick all those. This is just a towel that I get in a packet like Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm just going to saturate a little area of this towel. And then you're going to rub the area where you remove that. And what you're actually doing is removing the adhesive residue. So if you don't get it on there and get it all off the first time, you'll see it when it dries. It will be there. And you need to use this in a well-ventilated area, guys, because it does give off an odor. It's kind of like paint. If you're sitting and you have not, you're not in a well-ventilated area, you might get a little loopy. Just a little. So, gonna let that dry. I'm just gonna put that shirt, and that's the beauty of using a pan like this. I'm just gonna put it all right here into my pan. I'm gonna leave that area up and let it dry. And once it's dry, if I have a residue, I'm gonna go back with that towel, I'm gonna wet it, and I'm gonna go over it again, just like I did the front where I showed you guys. And it did take it off. And then you can launder it and reapply your iron on. And it didn't melt my glove, just so you guys who want to use gloves, you can see. So I did it yesterday. I think it took some of the shine off of my nail polish. So if you have, and that's why I put the glove on today. You can see I lost the shine. So it will take off your nail polish. Just so you know. Yeah, the scraper, I was like, I'm not going to pick all these little dots off. I started on that post. I was like, there's got to be a way. So I was like, I'm going to use my scraper. Why not? Where can you purchase it? Brilliant Vinyl. I don't know if my link will show up for you guys, but I get it at Brilliant Vinyl. It's $19.97. A little bit goes a long way. This is a 20-ounce can. You'll have it forever. You'll never have to buy it again. Just use it in a ventilated area. It is flammable. If you are a smoker, please do not light your cigarette or anything, or your vaping or anything around it. Don't want to do that. But $20, and you get your rewards points from Brilliant as well. You can also find it on Amazon if you're not ordering vinyl. You can get it that way, so you don't have to pay any shipping. If you're ordering vinyl, that's going to help you get to your minimum for shipping. And it's a good thing to have it on hand. Knock on wood, I've only had one iron-on fail ever. And it was my fault because I used an iron and I didn't do it properly and it came off. It was also on a canvas bag that had a treatment. So it wasn't anything other than my errors until last week, what you guys saw. So I have never needed this until last week. So it's a good thing. If I had had it on hand, I could have done it a lot quicker, but I didn't get over there to pick it up till this week. So it's something good to have on hand if you're going to be doing a lot of iron-on and you're doing it as a business, or you're helping somebody, or you're doing a bunch of shirts. You never know when something will go wrong. You don't want to be stuck and not be able to get your hands on it right away. So if you've got it on hand, then you're covered. So you saw how quick that worked, right? Really easy. Super easy. To me, now that I have used that, my days of putting the iron behind my goofs and picking them off when I forgot to weed a letter, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I can use this stuff right here. So anybody have any questions about the VLR? Yeah, I am lucky enough that, I mean, they used to be 1 mile from my house, Sue, and now they had to move to a bigger facility, and so now I have to drive about 7 to 8 miles to get there, but it's still not bad. Yeah, I won't be without it now either, Jamie. I was surprised how easily that really did work. I was totally shocked. I knew it worked. I had seen several people say how well it worked. I had just never had the need to use it until now. I waited seconds, Sue. I mean, I saturated it and stretched it slightly and pulled up my scraper, and it was coming off. It was that quick. I mean, seconds. I'm going to say less than 5 seconds. And it doesn't matter how long. If you've got, well, I'm going to say that it doesn't matter. This is to correct incorrect iron-on. Now, if you have a shirt that you bought 10 years ago that has iron-on on it and you want to remove it, it may or may not work. I've not tested that. Because I mean, if I had had it that day, I would have redone my video the very next day so that you guys wouldn't have been on the lurch to see how to fix it. I would have done a video to show you how to fix the issue right away, but I didn't have it. So, no, so I am assuming that it will take it off regardless. Now, if it's screen print or something like that, it's not. But if you made a shirt 2 months ago and you used Caesar or you used Cricut, I'm pretty sure that it's going to take it off. Anybody who wants to test the theory, I mean, you could go for it. I think I've got one back there that I don't wear anymore. As a matter of fact, I know I do. I think I do. If I didn't donate it. I just cleaned out my closet a couple weeks ago, but I think I have a shirt I did last year. So if I still have it and I didn't donate it, I will test it. Good to know, Jamie. Okay, so let's go over to the monitor. I've had a couple of people say that they're having trouble getting into the files of my supporters, and I don't want to leave you guys out. I want to keep you covered and in the loop. And so, let me close out that. I don't need anything extra running. That's the wrong one. Let's get rid of that one. Let's pull this one up. Okay. Well, I pulled up the same one. There we go. All right. So you're one of my supporters. If you're on Patreon, it's going to be the exact same thing, except you're going to click on my link from Patreon. That's it. That's the only difference. So you're a Ko-fi supporter and you want to get to the files. So how do you do that if you're a monthly subscriber? Now we know that if you're a one-time supporter and I put something up for one-time supporters and you want to get that file, you can. Like tonight, the file that I'm going to be putting on the shirt, since I can't put it on the same shirt that I just did, I am just doing a different design because I don't want too many shirts. I want to have a different shirt. So this is the one that I'm going to be using tonight. If you're a one-time supporter or tonight you want to get this file or in the future, you can just email me right here and give me your receipt number and your email and I will send you the file. But if you're a monthly supporter, how do you get the file? You just go to craftingwithapril.co and you get, let's see, right here, which I provide the link for you. You just click on it and you go over and you open the files. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Whenever you're on Ko-fi, there are several places, but the easiest place is on post. But you see where it says the latest post? Right here is your September monthly supporter password, and you can click on it. It's going to be there. If I've done several posts, it may be further down, so you may have to go into post to see it, but it's going to be there. And all you have to do is click on it. Well, I'm going to try to click on it. I'm not logged in, so if you're a monthly supporter, this is going to be unlocked and it's going to show it to you. Okay? If you're not a monthly supporter, this is what you're going to see. If your subscription has lapsed or you canceled your subscription, that's what you're going to get. If you are supporting and you're current, it's going to be open and it's going to show you that password. But all you're going to do is click on the craftingwithapril.co link in the post and it's going to bring you here. It's going to open it right up. And if you're on Patreon, you're just going to click the link to the website and it's going to bring you right here. Right here is your exclusive files. You do not even have to log. Used to, you had to log in and do all that. You don't have to do that anymore. Here's the exclusive files, the design files, the SVGs, and the Christmas 2019 files from the 12 Days of Christmas. Those are 4 different tabs. So whichever one you want to go to, click on it. That's going to pop up. That password